Local farmers are optimistic after the U.S. and Cuba announced plans to ease the trade embargo at the start of the year.
It's the first step to dissolving decades of Cold War political tensions between the countries. Not everyone, though, agrees with lifting the embargo. KOMU8's Vilma Obando spoke to a Missouri farmer who is against Cuba becoming a trade partner and others who like it.
On a clear, warm day in mid-Missouri, Jim Thomas Sr. is up and getting the dirt ready for a new batch of tomatoes. At Sure Life Farms, with 128 acres, lack of work is never an issue.
This business, you just never catch up, and it just seems like you're always behind.
But word of Cuba possibly becoming a new trading partner is not taken lightly at this farm.
I'm all for economic development, and I'm all for helping all of us farmers to make more. But I think we also need to be aware of the fact of who we're dealing with, and that we ought to put principles above profit.
Right now, Missouri exports to Cuba are limited under a deal President George W. Bush made in 2000. But some associations are calling for a full end to the trade embargo. They want complete access to all of Cuba's markets.
You have a country that's 90 miles off the coast of the U.S., and we have a state that's located on the Missouri and Mississippi River. So strategically, Missouri farmers are very well positioned to trade with Cuba.
But that takes an act from Congress. In a statement, Senator Claire McCaskill said, quote, "We are always looking for opportunities, whether it's in Asia or whether it's 90 miles from our shores, to sell more beans or rice or corn or pork or poultry." But not all lawmakers are on board, including Senator Roy Blunt.
According to a report by the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, in 2014, Cuba imported more than $2 billion worth of food product, most of which was in bulk coming from countries in Asia and South America. However, that report says that Cuba doesn't have enough room to store all those extra crops, which could mean an incentive for them to buy American goods, just like this one.
But Thomas says the U.S. have other things to consider beforehand.
We've got enough hungry people in this country that we could deal with instead of trying to farm ourselves out to places that we know the first chance they'll get will double cross us.
No date has been set for Congress to vote on trading with Cuba. Vilma Obando, KOMU8 News, Marshall.
The Missouri Corn Growers Association says last year about 15% of corn bought by Cuba was from the U.S. It says if the embargo is lifted, the state could see a boom in rice, corn, soybean, and meat trading.